guys, today I'm going to make some corned beef and cabbage. So let's get crocking. St. Patrick's Day is coming up soon, and my wife, who recently passed away, was Irish, so I figured we'll do some corned beef and cabbage here. I'm going to keep this pretty simple. This is a 4.3 pound corned beef brisket, and this is the point cut. There's the point and there's the flat. This one happens to be the point cut. I have 2 pounds of carrots. I have about 3 pounds of baby potatoes, and I have the cabbage. Probably use some Johnny's seasoned pepper to season that with. Now you can put this in whole if you like. I think most people do, but I'm going to cut it up because I think it gets more tender that way, and also it cooks some of the salt out so it's not quite so salty. This has a pretty good amount of fat on the top side. Let's see how the bottom side looks here. Not as much there, but I'm going to cut that in smaller pieces and trim as much of that off as I can. But that's up to you. My corned beef's all trimmed up. That's all the fat I cut off of it. I'm putting the carrots in the bottom because they usually take the longest to cook. I put 6 cups of water in there. One time I made the mistake of using bouillon cubes. I threw a few bouillon cubes in there and it was too salty, so I had to water it down. You know, I saved it, but it was a mistake on my part. So I'm going to just dump all these potatoes in there. They look pretty clean, so I'm not going to bother to wash them. Heck with it. They might be pre-washed anyway. They look good. So all those potatoes, now I'll put the meat on top. And the cabbage won't go in until the end because it gets overcooked if you put it in right now. This came with one of these seasoned packets, but I don't really like those much, so I'm just going to use some Johnny's seasoned pepper. I probably should have sprinkled some in on the vegetables before I put the meat on, but that's okay. I can always add some more at the end. This doesn't have any salt in it, so it should be good with this. I'm going to cook this on high. So that's set for 6 hours. I don't know if it'll take that long, but I'll let you know. If you're going to cook it on low, just let it cook all day long. It's been almost 6 hours, so I'm going to open this up and check on it here. That meat's still pretty hard. It's not very tender yet. I stirred that up pretty good, and I cut my cabbage into quarters here, and I'm going to see if I can get the lid back on. Not quite, but you know what? I think once it starts to cook and soften up a little bit, I think the lid will go on okay. So I'm just going to let that cook for a while longer. My cabbage has been in there for about 2 hours, so let me check on it here. Oh yeah, that looks good. Let me grab a plate and we'll try this out. Alright, let's see how this turned out here. Carrots are tender, potatoes are tender. Let's see how the meat is here. Actually, the meat's not super tender, but it's a lot more tender than it was when I first opened it up. Of course, it was in there 2 more hours, so anyway, let's give it a taste test. It's good. It's definitely not too salty. In fact, it could almost use just a little bit of salt, so turned out pretty good that way, I think. So it cooked on high for 6 hours. Then I added the cabbage and cooked it on high for 2 more hours. So you're not going to overcook that stuff. The longer you cook it, the more tender that meat will get. So pretty happy with that. I'll write all the ingredients in the description. Thanks for watching, you guys, and I'll talk to you next time.